All right, family. Hey, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Move it further back. You might have stepped further back. I had it set right, and now it's not. Sorry for the interruption, family, and my hand in your beautiful faces. Let's go ahead and see who we have on. Welcome, family. It's been too long. Hopefully you missed us as much as we missed you. And we're going to go ahead and get started here in a moment. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to everyone. I am CJ Jamie. This is Sifu Fu. We got Sifu Larry Man in the back. Let us know if you can hear us okay. Say hi. All right, awesome. Let's see who we have on for this beautiful July 7th. We have Darren coming in from Western Australia. We also have Melanie on coming in from Utah. We have Shalom on as well. We'll get to your question unless someone beats you with the super chats first, but if not, you are the first question of the evening. All right, and then we also have Kagler on. This is Ola. I just earned my personal training certificate in athletic training, bodybuilding, and strength conditioning. Awesome, congratulations. And something else. Oh, you were continuing something about strength and conditioning is the completion of bodybuilding and aerobics. And you're also a nutritionist now too. Awesome. Well, congratulations for all your due diligence. Hopefully it pays off well for you. And then let's see, we also have Melanie. Oh, yep, there you go. Of course, you're here first. You're hosting. Well, technically, he's showing up. Technically, we're hosting. He don't have to press any buttons or anything. He just got to show up and be ready to help you guys out. All right, we also have Caesar on. Coming in from Tijuana, Baja, California. We also have Ralph. Good afternoon to you too. And Kepler want to know, how is yoga? We'll talk about that in a moment. And Ralph is coming in from Dallas, Texas. Awesome. Oh, and today is Kagler's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Kagler.
Happy birthday.
We'll definitely make sure to answer your question right after we go to Shalom. So Shalom says, hi guys, can you show some inspiring moves from crane and dragon styles? Thanks.
Inspiring? I don't know what is. I can show you effective and simplistic. But that'll help. I'm going to use the wing and beak. Okay, so it's going to be off of a grab, so it's very simple. So it's not complex. If you ever want to just practice it, you can learn it. So see, Jamie is going to be my victim.
There we go. I'm fixing this. I'm like, why is it not setting up right? There we go. There we go. Now Sifu's head's not chopped off.
So simple moves on grabs. So someone grabs you.
Okay.
Okay. If they're pulling you close to you, like, this kind of grab. So it can be far, it can be close. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to teach you how to use crane, initiate attack. Someone gets at you. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is we want to control the wrist. Okay. We want to get into here. And then we're going to come up and hook the beak this way. So get the wings in, hook the beak, cut in towards them like that. Now, this could be to the eyes. It could be to the nose, the cheeks, lips. It doesn't matter. Rotate the wrist so the fingers come in. So I'm just gonna go to the side of her head. Watch how she'll move, just very lightly.
Oh.
And she'll move. It's like getting a pencil stabbed in your face. It's getting a pencil stabbed in your face. So when you rotate your wrist, you want to just extract the fingers out a little bit. This is like a quick stab. So you're gonna do 2 wings, hook like a beak. So she grab. You're gonna go here, hook, and then get that. Then from here, you can take your wing again, or you do a beak, depending on your skill level. Beak this way, wing this way. So you can turn the head. If you can turn the head, you can stop the body from coming in. If I hit her like this, come in if you can. Come in with the body. Now she's not going to come in. I create my space that I can
feel like
hit and control.
like drilling into that point right there.
Yeah. So very simplistic, easy move for a crane. 2 wings come in, okay, this way, and one's going to hook while the other one creates a wing strike. So I trap her hands on the hook. You see my elbow, it goes down to trap the side by the wrist, and the hand it catches because this side hooks into traps them. During this time that I trap them, I create the strike out. Then again, you can strike with palm this way, and then create a wing and get inside with the pecs and stuff like that. So, but every time I do it, I am not trying to get her hands out. I'm getting my hands in. My job is not to defend and pull her arm away. It's to create pressure. Why? I want to create this strike on her so she's pinned and attacked. So I don't come off because I come off, you put pressure on me. I pressure on her. Every time she puts pressure, it takes her off.
Yeah.
So have that pressure, and the key is getting that elbow in there tight. So if the elbow's strong, the arm's strong. The elbow's weak, the hand's weak. So you got to make sure you're coming in with strong elbows. If you go like this and you go over top, it's not going to work at all. You got to come with this elbow. Same hand closing my elbows. Then again, you see how I can hook the wrist from here. Hook. How's that feel? And
not good.
So you want to create this tight elbow in. Lay one hand. It doesn't matter which side. You can be left or this side. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Okay, because neutral anyway. So hands. So elbows come in. Hand hooks. They're just trying to strike out at the same time. So it's like that. And you see how quickly you get inside and get them. So that's an easy crane technique. Dragon.
Hopefully it's inspiring. Because ouch.
With dragon, I'm gonna show you another type. I gotta keep it simplistic because obviously dragon has some complexities that requires muscle training. So I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible.
All right.
Again, I'm just gonna do the grab because, and again, this can be from a strike. It just represents any force that's on you. So it could be, she could be striking me and it works the same way, okay? So if she strikes me, I can do a crane this way. See, I brought my elbow in, and I can hook and do that. So it works off the strike too. Okay, I'm just using a grab as a stationary point. So it's a kind of a easy way to develop your skills from that. So a dragon technique, okay? When someone's grabbing you on a dragon, I'm gonna teach you how to kind of hook the arm and come inside. So why? Because you can climb right in on them. And that would sink. So your arm, if they're grabbing you really tight, you don't try to get the hands out. All you're gonna do is tack the forearm and slide it down to the joints. I'm gonna slide it from here. Don't just go here because you're gonna pull up into your shoulder. Bring the base out, let the hand hook in. When that happens, this hand's gonna come up from inside the arm and just kind of push the elbow forward. When you turn your body, it's gonna naturally bring the arms right out. And this creates a hole here. Once I create the elbow strike, I just come in for the throat strike with that one. So I would just want to move the head away and I want to come in this way to snatch towards the throat. Again, your hands just close in. You just jam the throat real tight. You close the fingers in like that. She'll come out right off. So it's a very quick, very easy move. So hand hooks, again, if they're grabbing really tight, it doesn't matter. Just get inside. And you're not trying to push the hands out. If you do that, you will not attack because you're too busy bringing the hands out. You're supposed to get your hands in. So I'm hitting, so I can just kind of bump and put my pressure there. And I use as a reference, see my elbow come inside, slides, and see how I just rotate the hands right in. So I'm going to hook this out on the outside like this, see? And I'm going to rotate this on the inside. I'm going to move right in. Then here I have freedom, free. Her hair's in the way, but
Sorry.
you can see her knee is just free, just to jam that thumb. The fingers come right side,
Oh,
and
oh,
fingers in,
yeah. Oh.
and you can pull away
Oh,
while
yeah.
holding that tight too. So you can literally pull the muscle.
Wait.
So you can see,
It's like
You
slick.
you can close
Oh my God,
slightly,
help me.
close in tight,
Oh,
see,
hold
and then you
on,
push
I
her head to pull her back.
How is that?
So you hit to make them go backwards, but you close tight, and they're gonna pull away while the muscle's being pumped into your hands, and it's gonna
All right.
and muscle tear. So
Nope.
that's lots of that.
I'm having a whole month off, guys and gals, because ow.
Yeah. Hopefully that was interesting for you and inspiring for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. And for all you like, oh, well, there's time. He's demoing. So there's not time because he would just be going like full force, full speed if this was a real situation. So there was no time. Someone's going to be like, she could have hit him here or there or blah, blah, blah. Trust me, if he was actually doing it, the velocity that he would, no, there's no fight in that. There's not unless you have the upper hand. In that situation, I would not. So let's see what other questions we have. I think the next one was the one in regards to yoga, which was, give me a second. The thing just jumped on me. Does not let me search. But if Kagler was asking what you think about yoga.
Yoga is awesome. Yoga is very good. It's for flexibility. It's good for blood circulation. It's good for relaxing the mind and the body. So I think it was great. So there's high levels of yoga out there that's are very, very difficult to do. I've seen some complex yoga
Oh yeah.
that are internal strength, flexibility, control of mind. So I think yoga is a great thing. I ever play Street Fighter in the last, Dalsim, he was yoga master. He was a fighter from yoga, but he stretched his arms like. But that I'm just joking around with that. Yoga is awesome. I highly think yoga is great system.
All right. All right, let me go ahead and go down here a little bit and get caught up with y'all. So we're coming in from, we took care of that person. Gregory says, hello from super hot California desert. I don't know how hot it is there, but it is super
It's hot here. It's like
We're
99
having
degrees
a heat wave. Like we have
for the last
AC
3 weeks.
there was like the storm that came through like last week. We had a couple of days of reprieve where it was just like beautiful out, and then it came back like with a vengeance of just scorch. There's actually a fire going on like 20 miles from here, so not only is it super hot, it's super smoky outside. So I did not do any of my grounding and qigong outside today because no. But yeah, it's like 62 degrees in here, but I think it feels more like it's 72.
It does not feel like 62
Right?
degrees here.
It does not feel like it. And that's because it's so hot outside. So I don't know what the temp is there, but it's hot here in South Jersey. So smoking hot. Let's see here. Let me go through here real quick. Ralph wanted to know, does pad also mean wrist provides directional force and the elbow driving force?
Okay, pad means pressure and direction. That applies to whether you lock or whether you strike or whether you intercept. It means you have to have pressure on your opponent and directional force to know where you're going to take that pressure. So that's what it means. Now, when you talk about striking, it is the same kind of idea as well. You want to use the wrist to bring the energy back to the target along with that base pressure, because without it, like if you have a drill, you have a spinning, you don't push forward, you're going to go nowhere. If you push forward, you don't spin, you can go through clay, you can go through anything soft. But as it gets harder, like wood, you might start to press it a little bit, maybe half an inch, depending on how strong you are. But you go to something like steel, concrete, you're not going to push through that. You're more likely to break your drill bit before you can push through it. You have to create a spin and a directional force at the same time to create the effect for power. When you're striking, it's the same idea. I will use my wrist. Like, for example, if I'm elbowing, I'm going to use my base to bring that pressure forward, the mass. I'm going to bring the energy to the wrist, but I'm going to turn the wrist and direct it back to that point in which I'm going to make contact with to magnify the energy. Just think of it like a V. I want a force going this way and this way to create that point driving hard. If I only go one direction, it's not real focus. It's just driven. Focus is the ability to take it on at least two sides. So I want this side and this side. So that'll magnify the energy. So I'm not going to
Mhm.
hit her, but if I do this and I just did this, see, that's a force from there, but it's hitting her, but it can roll off of her. I'm going to do that force, but I'm going to notice how it's going towards my hand. So if I do this, so I get, so you see it's kind of spinning towards the hand. I want to take that energy from the hand and I do that, and I'm going to bring the wrist back to that. So I want, and I can see how, so I got that and that force, and it hits into her that way. So you are using pressure and directional force that way as well when you are striking, but you are using the pad concept is you have to have pressure and direction, whether you're intercepting, whether you're blocking, whether you're locking, whether you're striking, doesn't matter. The pad is a principle you have to have in all your movements. So, and it doesn't necessarily mean wrist, because if you're kicking, you're not using your wrist. You're using your feet, your ankle, your hips and your knees. So it's a concept of the having direction and pressure, not necessarily because of your wrist. It can be applied towards the wrist. I can use that wrist, but if I'm kicking, I'm not going to be using my wrist. I'm going to use my ankle, my hips, and my knees, and like that to create that power. So again, I have to have a concept of having pressure and direction. When I throw my hips, I'm going to create pressure towards her. But if I'm leaning this way, my direction's off, I'm not going to be able to kick my target because I didn't send that direction where I want it. So that is more a concept of any in terms of movement, not necessarily towards the body. If I'm going to use my hands, yes, I will use my wrist, I will use my base. If I use my legs, yes, I'm going to use my ankle, I'm going to use my hip. So it just depends on what it is. If I'm using grappling, I'm going to use my body, then I'm going to use my shoulder, I'm going to use my chest, I'm going to use my hips. It just depends on what I'm doing. So, but I have to understand that whether I lock or I strike or I counter or I control, I'm going to have pressure and I have to have direction in order to achieve what it is I'm trying to do to the target. So I hope that answers your question.
Hopefully that helps you. And let's see, Melanie said that Seafood Larry was enjoying that far too much earlier. And I think you're right, Melanie. Definitely. I think he gets a little too happy when other people are feeling the pain. You know what I mean? So we also have M coming in from Mexico City. Good to have you on. And we had another question. Gregory, one of our YouTube premium members. Thank you for your support, Gregory.
Thank you.
Do you use the first two knuckles when you hit the point instead of the traditional three knuckles used in Wing Chun?
Okay.
Great question.
Traditionally, Wing Chun does the bottom three. I am not a fan of the bottom three because you wind up breaking hand more often than not in a street fight. Okay, and I'll explain the reason why I don't like it. The only time bottom three is actually okay to use is when you're level to your shoulder. You go high, you go lower, it starts to become very, very bad. Okay, let's look at the anatomy of the hand. If you look here, if you see the bones here, if you follow this here, this is all it shares in the wrist. Okay, the bottom two. Now you say, well, this bottom three, okay, you can prove that, okay, so you have some center, but these two here are very, very weak supported along the wrist. So it doesn't have a lot of power to support this one if it makes impact. These two, when you follow it down, you can see how much of a wrist it takes. Okay, when you do this and you slide it down, you follow it, it only shares that. So it does not have a lot of wrist support. So it doesn't really have a good point in which it can drive the energy out from. Think of like running with where if you have to run a race, you have cleats and you have that, you see those, I forget what they call, where you can put your feet on it and you can use the burst out versus you standing on a banana and you run. Like if you don't have that pressure to push from, you can't get that forward energy out. Same thing, the wrist down here doesn't give a lot of support to these, so they don't become very powerful. But these two, they get a lot of pressure on the wrist. So your wrist can actually use to generate that power very, very well. So that gives you big, big advantage that way from the top two versus bottom two. Okay, bottom three, I should say. The bottom three, have you ever seen boxers, they call the boxer's fracture? It's always because of these break. You never see people who break this part of their hand. They always break it from here because they don't have a lot of support. So it's really, really bad. And I understand that concept of Wing Chun is aim with the bottom three, but in reality, you're never going to hit with bottom three all the time. People are moving, distances created, they can counter you, they can turn their head a little bit and make you want to hit in the bottom two anyways. So all those factor outside variables can change the fact that, yeah, more often than not, you're going to want to hitting these and you're going to hurt them more. You're not always going to hit the bottom three all the time. It's impossible to hit accurately the bottom three every time when someone's in a fight. So it's not good that way. Okay, so that alone that puts a lot of stress on the knuckles and winds up breaking more often than not. Okay. 2, there's not a lot of wrist power support, like I said, so you're not going to generate more power this way as opposed to this way. So your wrist is much more adapted to be able to turn and go this way than it is to do this way. Okay, so it's just that alone just tells you that your power is not going to be as powerful because of the way the wrist turns. 3, if you're hitting higher or lower than your shoulders, if we look at this at the level of your shoulders, these 3 natural line. But if I take higher, if you can notice, it starts to dip and drip this way. And so the problem is with hitting someone higher, because this carries mass and you have to turn to hit the bottom 3, this is often going to come in. So if we're going to have CJ Jamie come here and she's going to make the fist, watch, and I want you to aim your bottom 3. Yep. So when I go like this, you see, if I put my weight over top of her, because of that, she cannot sustain that pressure. It just doesn't have the support. But if she were to do the top 2, it's a different story. Okay, because if you look, if I'm higher and I rotate my wrist to the top 2, notice how the angle starts to come in where this has projected forward. When you do the bottom 3, you can see the angle is projecting more downward. So when you have to hit a guy taller, if he just leans over you in any way, has mass over it, it's going to collapse your arm. And I've done this with lots of people. I've had them do that all the time where they'll do the bottom 3 and I'll just say, drive your bottom 3 into me and I'll just come in on you. And they always collapse in their shoulders. Because they have to turn their wrist to get the body this way, but the mass is supported more in the top 2, so it'll turn itself in. If you turn it this way, you create a counterforce. So you go up and you're going to create a counterforce to get the top 2 support, and it's much stronger. If you want to test it out, you can. Have someone just kind of put their face on your fist, drive the bottom 2 who is taller than you, and just have them lean themselves in. You find it's very hard to drive that, but then turn the top 2 and you'll see it's going to be much easier. Same thing when you go down, when you go like this and you get lower to someone's body. To get the bottom, you have to turn the body downward to get to come out, because if I naturally arc this way towards the bottom, you see how these 3 start to move away from target and these 2 come in. So in order to get this to come in, you have to drop the elbow and turn the body to go like this, which is not a natural movement trying to hit someone. It's easier just to hit with the top 2. If you had a knife, right, and you have it in your hands, it's easy to stab and you can feel the thrust of your wrist this way. If you want to stab like jamming like that. So your knuckles are like the knife. I tell my students all the time, imagine a blade sticking on the top 2. It's this way, stab them that way. Much more powerful, much more effective, and it takes less energy too. So top 2 is always the better, preferable to me. When I demonstrate all the time, I go out, I have people hit me. I tell them, hit me as hard as you want. And, CG, Amy seen it, CG for Larry. I have people hit me. I mean, I tell them hit me full blast, how hard as I can, not my face, but my body.
Usually you make them hit you more than once because you know
Yeah,
they're
I
not
let them.
going
I
for
let them hit me I let them hit me like 5, 6 times. I'll stand there and I'll eat it, and they don't even move me. I actually literally stay exactly where I'm standing. They don't even move my feet over because they create weaknesses. If they're doing the bottom 3, it always comes back to them. Always, always. I've never had anyone hit me with a bottom 3 and make me actually stop. Because, like I said, when you go higher or lower than the shoulders, you are compromising the structure of your wrist and the arm. So it's actually failure. So top 2 is always better because you can always turn your wrist this way and make the top 2 hit better. When you do like this, you can see how when I try to do the bottom 3 to come in, it's not after. You can see it want to go backwards. And like I said, you can test it. You can always do these pressure tests. I do it all the time, and I show people. I have them put their fist on my chest, and they tell them to put the bottom 3. And I'll just walk in, I'll lean, and they can't do it. And then when I tell them to the top 2, they feel much more structured, much more powerful. So it's always better to hit with the top 2 than the bottom 3. The only time I can say that the bottom 3 is acceptable is when you're level to your shoulders. Me, I don't even teach my students hit the bottom 3. I tell them just hit the top 2. It's much better. It's much more powerful, less likely to hurt your hand. You use less energy. It's more natural and any angle change. So why do you want to train the bottom 3? And they go, okay, top 2. Just stay top 2. But why would you want to, if top 2 works in every situation, why would I want the bottom 3 at all? Just for this level, and then say, I got to get top 2 every time. I'll just stay top 2 all the time. I would never want to confuse my students and say, at this level, bottom 3, or when you're higher, go top 2. No, just stay top 2. It works well at every level, every angle. So I hope that answers your question.
That's a great information there.
If you like it, give me hearts.
Or send us on Super Chat Love too. You can do that as well. We do accept tips here at Enter Shaolin. And thank you for those that every once in a while do that. We really appreciate that. I don't know. We want it to be 42.8 degrees we like the summer, we like the seasons. It just happens to be way too hot right now. If I go back to 40 something degrees, I'm going to be a little upset because that means that I didn't get to experience fall. I didn't get the rest of my summer. It just needs to cool down a little bit, just a little bit, Darren. Also, thank you, Sifa, for that explanation. Let's see. Let me go back up here.
80 to 90 degrees actually isn't that bad if it's dry heat, but if you have the humidity on top
Yeah, I
of
was gonna say
that's where it's a killer.
Yeah. It's well, as you can see, my hair, and you saw, Sifa Larry's hair. We got the curls.
116 though is so hot.
mean,
I don't care dry or
frizzy. Okay, yeah, that's still hot. It's just a different kind of hot for sure. Which both have their challenges, right? When you're just like sopping wet, and the other one you feel like you can't get enough water. So, Dr. Robbie, we personally like they're not a specific brand at all, but we partner with oh my goodness, why can't I think of her name? It's the Wing Chun. I'm gonna have to ask you for Larry because I can't think of it. It's a place that he recommended for everyone. I will get the link for you, and I will get that over to you. It probably won't be before this webinar ends, just so they have a couple other things they need to take care of. But if you're going to be on the members one, I'll give it to you there. If you're not going to be on the members only one, I will make sure to email it to you after this, Robbie. I did see your email come through, but I was waiting to have the webinar to be able to address that. Everything Wing Chun. But don't just go to Everything Wing Chun. We have an affiliate link with them. So please use our affiliate link. Every little bit helps. They give us a couple % off of anything that you purchase. Thank you for those that have bought through our link before. We really appreciate you. But yeah, it's not really about that. It's just, look, obviously the better type of woods, if you can afford them, get them. It's going to last you longer. If you can't afford it and all you can afford is the PVC type, then that's what you get from now. You know what I mean? Like, work within your means. You can always upgrade later. Just like if you can't even afford the PVC one, like, don't fret, don't be stressed out. Don't think, oh, I can't train. There's so much more for you to train inside of Wing Chun, outside of Wing Chun, especially at entershaolin.com, which, speaking of family, we have our annual freedom sale going on right now. So this is a great time. If you have not joined our family yet, or if you haven't become an Abbott member, lifetime member yet, you definitely want to go check that out. You can go to entershaolin.com/uplevel. I did put the link in the chat so you guys and gals can check that out at your convenience. Also, if there's any ambassadors that are watching this, you can also take that link, put that in your ambassador link generator, and get one with your special code and share that. That is like the best deal that you're going to find on the Abbott membership. And once Enter Shaolin 2.0 launches, which I'll be sharing more information about that on the next webinar with our members, you're not going to be able to buy that for remotely that close. It's going to be closer to $10,000, and it's a little bit under $1,000 if you do the one-time payment option. So it is really a steal to get access to the training hall for life. Plus, there's some really cool bonuses and things like that, and a special offer if you become an Abbott membership. So definitely go and check that out. If you love what you see here at YouTube or on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or any of those things, you are going to just go insanely happy gaga over what is inside a training hall. Because we literally break down our Qigong, our Tai Chi, our No Dak Na, our No Dak Na 101 course. I'll get you some more water. People get thirsty around here. I said we can already, our Chin Na, our grappling, and more. And even when we launch Enter Shaolin 2.0, like some of our courses, we are going to break up and make available. But if you, for instance, want more of our advanced techniques, you really want to get access to the full training hall, because some of the stuff we will not release as single products later on and stuff like that. It will always be the best deal. You get discounts on training, private training. When we have seminars, you get discounts for that and so much more. And there'll be, again, some other bonus stuff for you guys and gals inside of Enter Shaolin 2.0. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. It ends on the 12th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And I don't think I will be able to do any extension. So please don't ask. Just, do your best to make it happen if you're interested. All right, let's get back to the show. And thank you for the hearts. I saw some hearts coming through. Really appreciate that. Well, I know there's a bunch of them coming.
For me.
Oh, okay. You're hearting and hearting.
I'm trying to start something.
Oh, okay. You're trying to start the heart war. All right. So let's go back up here. Polini and Albin, good to see you, brother. He says, hello, glad to see you. And Even better to see you. We've missed you. Let's see. Helene says, how do you keep a body structure position in Tai Chi? Holding position before doing something.
Well, in terms of the body, you have to have the core. So the main thing that you want to keep in mind is to get the shoulders to line up to the waist when you move, when you're shifting, when you're turning. Your shoulders should always be one with the waist. So when I move, I'm moving like this. I'm not moving like this. So I don't do single whip where I'm gonna lean and see how I broke the core. The core is where the shoulders and the hips move together. So when I move, I'm always moving with strong core. So that's how you want to keep your body right every time. Um, the core is the key to getting the energy out from your feet to your hands. So when you break that, then it's no longer the energy from the ground. It's from the lean, it's from the strengthening of the back or the straightening of the shoulders. Kind of what it is you're doing. It just let's just say you won't be able to use the energy. You're just gonna wind up using force. So when you're doing that, the core is the key to make sure you're connecting right. So from here to here, every time you're doing a form in your Tai Chi, a part of the technique, it is here to here to here. If I'm moving like this, you see I look very like connected between here and here. I never, oh, see, you see how I broke that? Versus, oh, see, I move as one when I turn. I am connected between the shoulder and the hips. So you always want to make sure that that's what you're doing in order to keep yourself connected, in order to connect, get the energy from the feet to the hands. That's how you want to do it. Hopefully that helped you answer your question.
Let us know if you need any other help on that. Cackler said, is the full fist or corkscrew fist better?
Are you talking about just this type of four fist and versus this? It depends. It's like saying is a shotgun better than a sniper rifle?
Depends
It
on the
depends on
case, right?
Right, it depends on the use and what you're doing. Both are very effective because they are pinpointing the top two knuckles and they're focusing the energy from the wrist to there. So they're both fine. As long as it gets the energy out to those 2 points, it's fine. So if you talk about four fists like this versus turning like this, then it doesn't matter. It just depends the angle of the approach you're using it at. They're both good.
All right, both are good, depending on the use case and scenario. Got it, good. As long as you're doing it right, of course. Gotta do it right. That's the important
Well,
part.
that's the basis. You are doing it.
I just want to make sure we preface that, fam. Okay. So Darren said, I'm starting a new month core training this week, 10 different push-ups. They always seemed daunting at the start, but I learned to love it. Can you still do 100 push-ups in less than a minute, Foo?
Yes, I can still do 100 push-ups in less than that. I used to do 500 push-ups in about 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Um, I I can't do it now. I'm getting older. My joints, it's not that my strength is gone. My joint can't take it anymore. I'm not as young as I used to be. And so my body is telling me, like, yeah, dude, you're getting older. You can't push the way you did. But I used to do 300 push-ups and it took me about, what was it, a minute and 50 seconds. I would rest for 30 seconds. That's what I got myself down to. Then I would do 200 consecutive push-ups. So I used to be able to do 300 consecutive push-ups. And then rest for like 30 seconds and then do 200 push-ups after that. I can't do that now. My shoulders scream like, what the heck are you doing? I can't move my arm. I feel like I'm just going to destroy my shoulders. So now I just keep it at 100 push-ups. I can do 100 push-ups a minute. That's nothing.
All right. Great question. And hey guys, for those that are joining the Inner Shaolin 2.0 community, we are going to be having some cool challenges in regards to Qigong and cool training. It's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be some prizes and it'll just be fun. It'll be a really good time. So I'm glad Darren's warming up. When Darren's warming up, I know a couple other people probably are as well. John M said, what up, Kim in South Jersey? Good to see you, brother. Good to have you on. And hey, you can call me Taurus. To see you on there. I'm not sure what the fishy emoji is all about, but hello. And so Ralph says, please become a member, folks. If you have not already, it will be worthwhile. That is a fact. That is a fact. And then you call me Taurus says, today was my sensei's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your sensei. And let's see here. Kegler says, Sifu, Fu, and CJ, thank you for expounding. You are very, very, very welcome. All right, family, we still got a little bit of time before we have to go over to the Enter Shaolin membership Q&A that we do on Zoom. For those of you that are not members yet, that's another perk to being a member. We record those sessions for members. You can do a live critique, you can send in videos, get critiques, send in your questions if you are not able to attend live, so you can still participate and get those added benefits. But we have lots of fun on those as well. So if anyone signs up before we get started, I'll make sure to send you that secret link because I can't tell it to you here because then it would be very secret, would it? No. Let us know. Go to entershaolin.com/uplevel and then just send me a quick note at support@entershaolin.com and I'll make sure to get that over to you. All right. Let me think if there's anything else that I need
Anybody have
to
any
share.
questions?
Does anyone else have any questions or any good news that you'd like to share with the family? Feel free to let us know.
I'll share you good news. As July 9th, which is a Tuesday, I will
in
officially
2 days.
have my patent. So my Omni switch that I created it has gotten its patent. I'm one of 5% of the people who applied for the patent who got it for the first time. 95% of all patents, I was told, get rejected and they have to reapply. I'm one of 5 who do not.
All right. That is
So,
good news.
yeah, well, a good story. The patent examiner actually called me and wanted to, because he was going to reject it because he said my claim was interfering with 3 other patents. But he said my patent was so good that he actually called me up and wanted to see if he could fix some of my wording so it wouldn't interfere with the other claims. So I told him do whatever it takes. I don't care. Just get it done. And so we changed the wording and we got it to pass. And this was 4 years ago.
4 years in the making.
And my patent finally came through.
All right, that is good news. Awesome. Kegler says, Shotokan means pine wave, Shaolin means young forest. Not to my knowledge. Do you know?
I don't know.
All right. Let's find out. So yeah, I didn't think so. It might mean mountain woods, though, apparently. So, but let me find about Shotokan. I don't know about that. Let's see, Shotokan meaning in English. Let's find out. Shotokan just means house of Shoto. So Shoto was the pen name of the founder of moderate karate.
That's right there.
And then someone also said Shoto means pine waves or waving hands. And it's refers, or sorry, waving pines. But
that's what he said it means.
But according to another karate site, it means House of Shoto. So there's apparently a war of meanings. So I'm not sure which one it is, but we could do some due diligence on that and then find out. But apparently that is the person that introduced the art back in Japan in the 1930s. So is it House of Shoto? Is it pine waves or waving pines? Great questions. Great questions. We'll have to do a little research on that and get back to you and find out what is the final consensus on that. Yeah, we'll get back to you. Yeah, etymology. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. So we'll have to find out if that is true. But from a quick search, there is some contradictory information. So we'll get back to that on the next episode.
I just want to say, if you guys like to read, if you haven't had a chance to buy my book, Blade of the Morning Star, it's an amazing book. You will love it. I guarantee it. CGJ, me put up a link
Yeah,
for it.
I'll put a link up here for you
But
guys.
it is an awesome, awesome story. I guarantee you will love it. I know Darren read it. He could vouch for it. He could tell you it was amazing. He read it twice. I think he read it 3 times. It was that good. And I've read it like 5 times myself, even though I wrote it. I still had to read it. But I guarantee you will love it, and love it. Publishers and publishers are like, this is a movie, not just a book. Like, you can actually see it as a movie, and you will love it. So please, if you guys have not had a chance, I think Ralph got a book too and read it, so he can tell you. But it is an amazing, amazing book. Please read it. I would love for you to tell me your thoughts. You can let me know. You can write to me at the title of the book, bladeofthemorningstar@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your thoughts because I like to hear what people think about it. And you can mention it here too if we ever have another webinar, and let me know.
Absolutely.
You will love the book. I guarantee it. 100%. You will love the book.
Absolutely. So you guys can go to, this links works whenever. You can use it whenever. It's always the same. It's energyland.com/Amazon. That's going to take you to some of our curated list, our favorite books and stuff like that. I have the first one up there is Sifu Fu's book. So just click on that. You'll see that. And you can go ahead and purchase it right there. You can also look at the other stuff that we recommend, or if you just shop on Amazon, please use that link. I know sometimes it's hard to remember, but that's why I made it super, super easy for you. It's just energyland.com/Amazon. We don't always get a kickback on stuff, but sometimes it's 1%, 2%, 3%, depending on what you do. Yeah, every little bit helps. So I know some of you are using that, but if we had everyone on this YouTube channel using it on a regular basis, it would add up real quick, and it would help us to keep doing what we're doing, because we need to buy new microphones. And we won't talk about the fact that CJ Janie needs to buy a new computer, because my computer is so outdated. I can't even do some of the fancier things that needs to happen. And these computers are not cheap. We ain't gonna talk about Fight Club, but it still works. So we're just gonna keep on trucking. Do you have anything you'd like to share with the family?
What?
Well, we're wrapping up.
Buy my book.
Do you have anything you want to share? Any good news? Or shared about the sale, shared about Sifu's book, his
I have nothing to say.
Tell him to buy my book.
Buy his book.
Buy
the book.
Buy the Abbott, man. And we'll give you a book for free.
I don't know.
The book is awesome.
It'll be the PDF version, because then, we gotta pay for shipping and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll throw that in as a bonus if that's okay with you, Sifu. They get the one-time payment for the Abbott sale. Can they get the free ebook?
They can get the ebook.
All right. There you go. I just added a bonus. It is not on sales page. If you guys sign up to our freedom sale at energyland.com/uplevel, it has to be for the one-time payment, which is going to save you $2,200. I mean, that's a lot of money. We will give you Sifu's new book in ebook format, so you can read it on the go wherever you are, with your phone, your computer, your laptop, all that good stuff.
Okay? It's awesome.
It is awesome. That's right. So there's a little extra one. Elsie says, wow, Sifu Larry, your hair is longer than mine. Yeah, he's been growing it out, but he's probably gonna trim it soon. It's probably been like over a year or so since it's been trimmed. I'm trying to remember the last time that he had me cut his hair. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. That's why it's so long. Let's see. Kegler says factory setting. Yeah. No, my computer is at factory setting. No, it's just that it's from 2016. So I can't complain. I mean, it's, I have never personally had computers. I mean, I can do all the stuff I need to do. I just can't update it past where it's at, which means there's certain features and things that I would like to do here on this webinar that my computer is just not willing to do. So we do need a lot of upgrades here in our Shaolin, but I have a feeling in the next several months, we'll be able to get those all taken care of. So again, if you guys like to get Sifu's ebook, or shop our Amazon favorites, or shop at Amazon period, make sure to use our link at energyland.com/Amazon as well. Kegler, I'm not sure what the question is. I just see question mark. Let me know what your question mark is in reference to. I thought you were joking about my computer being old. Maybe you're referring to something else. Caesar says, I have my book and I love it. That's right. Thank you so much for your support, Caesar. We love you too. And yeah, if you guys are new here, you're like, what the heck is Shaolin? What is Nodag Na? What any of this stuff? Make sure you guys go to energyland.com/gifts. That offer will only be available for the next several weeks. Once we launch Shaolin 2.0, the offer will no longer be available for free, because we're going to be actually redoing that whole course. And it's going to be a mini course inside of Shaolin 2.0. So get it while it's good. We're also redoing the ebook, the No Deck Off Fundamentals, which you can currently get free by going to energyland.com/gift. If you're already a member, just go into the Indian intro section. It's all there for you. I actually just recently updated the link. I did not know when we changed servers about a week and a half ago that did not transfer over correctly. So thank you for one of our fans that let me know that was not working, but it is all good now. That will actually be an interactive PDF. So that's gonna be really fun and cool. So I'm putting that together. So there's gonna be a lot of really neat features coming up real soon for y'all. So grab it while you can. It's still free. EnterShaolin.com/gift. And if you're ready to jump all in and become a member and get access to a training hall for life, go to EnterShaolin.com/uplevel. Yes, EnterShaolin.com/uplevel. All right, let's see if we have any other questions real quick. And then I'll share my screen. All right, you guys are quiet. I can't believe we answered all your questions. Usually when we haven't seen you for weeks, we're like in overtime, but it looks like we might have actually answered everyone's questions. Let me know if I missed your question real quick. Throw it in the chat. We still have about 8 minutes before we have to
Don't
wrap
forget
it
to
up.
like and subscribe.
Yeah, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, make sure to tap the bell notification. That just lets YouTube know that you actually want to get notified when we go live, when we add new videos, and all that cool fun stuff. If you haven't already too, you can become one of our YouTube Premium members. That just means you get access to a lot more videos here at our YouTube channel and our Tai Chi. And I do see we have quite a few people. We got Caesar on right now. If you see anyone with the name in green, that's some of our YouTube Premium supporters. Darren is one. Let's scroll back up. Got Gregory. Is there anyone else that I missed? Oh yeah, so those are the 3 that we currently have on right now. So thank you fellas for your support. We appreciate that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just share my screen real quick and just show you all the sales page in case you haven't had a chance to check it out yourself. So let me go there and share that with y'all. Okay, so this is the sale page. We have this for independence here. For those of you that are not in the United States, that is our Independence Day. And so we have this sale annually every year, though sometimes it's a little bit different. We decided to go big or go home. So right now, if you want to buy our lifetime membership to the Abbott membership, if you go to our main page, the join page, it is there for $2,997. For a one-time fee, you can get it for $797. So that is a big, huge discount. We also have a 2-pay option or a 10-pay option. Feel free to go check that out. This is a little bit about EnterShaolin 2.0 and the member-owned founder launch that we're doing with our Abbott members and any of our people that have our VIP bundle as well. We currently have 41 spots left, so feel free to take a read and look that over at your convenience. And then there's just information about like, are you Abbott material? What's included into training hall? What you can expect from us? A little, preview of what it looks like on the inside. Members, if you're looking for that ebook and intro course, make sure you go here. Don't re-sign up, okay? Because it'll kick you out of your membership. We don't want that to happen. You get access to the Nordic Now 101 course. This is our only time-dripped course. I had a gentleman asking, are you sure that 14 days is long enough for me to know if I really want access to the site? It is. As a matter of fact, if you love what you love here interactive with us on these lovely YouTube lives and the videos that we put up on YouTube, you're really going to enjoy the training in here because we go a lot more further in depth. Also, we have the training hall, which is where everything's broken down, our Wing Chun, our Chin Na, all the good stuff, ground fighting. You also get the Abbott Tribe rewards and access to that, which is custom video training requests, access to other Abbott video requests from the past. You can also send in monthly video critiques, which are really awesome. How we do those ones is we do a voiceover so you can hear Sifu Fu or Sifu Larry doing the critique as you can see your mistake. And then we do another video that shows you how to fix those. So that's a little extra bonus and they can be longer. Like for instance, our membership webinar that we do right after this, we ask that for people sending in videos that it's like, usually we try to keep it 3 minutes or under, but everyone's only make exception for 5 and under. These ones can be up to 15 minutes long. So you get to get a way longer critique and it's something that's get put on a private page where you can go back and you can keep looking at your progress throughout that time. So I can tell you that the members that use these benefits, they're the ones that keep growing on a regular basis, whether they get to come in person or not. Just because we're not there with you in person doesn't mean we can't see where your energy's off, where your body mechanics are off, and all that good stuff. So don't be afraid if you can't make it here all the time, or maybe only every once in a while, or you're not even sure when you're going to be able to make it here to train in person. Do not sweat it. There is so much that we can work with you online to help you to get a whole lot better. And if there's anyone in your area that we can connect you with, we can also help you get some live energy too. All right. You also get to meet our other abbats, ask questions, interact with us as well. And as you know, obviously with the sale, it is like really the best overall savings. Like it's insanely a great deal. So definitely go check that out. And you get immediate access to the entire training hall, and that is for life. Even though we're creating Shaolin 2.0, this is something that's always going to be accessible to you. You don't have to worry about that part going away or not being able to access it. And we have a lot of other stuff that we're adding too. So we're just getting started. You can also read about unlocking your Abbott benefits and getting a little more information about that. Listen to some of our Abbott family member testimonials when you get a chance. There's some really good information on those too. And as you can see, this ends on the 12th, as I said earlier. So feel free to jump on that. Again, it's shaolin.com/up-level. And again, to our ambassadors, make sure you use that link to generate your code. If you need any help with that, let me know. And let me just double check and make sure that we are good over here. Kecker said Samson. Talking about Sifu and Samson. You know, maybe. I don't know. Does his power come from his hair? I don't think he wants to find out and chop it all off. But Samson, I think he's talking about Sifu there because he hasn't cut his hair.
Okay. I thought Samson.
Well, close enough, but not really. And then Sandu, greetings. We're going to see you here a little bit on the family webinar. I hope so, Sandu. And Kegler says, responsive greeting to you too. And Inner Shaolin helped me too immensely. That is good to hear. All right, family, we are going to say goodbye for right now, and we will see you guys and gals next week. Same day, same time. All right, fam. Love y'all. Peace. God bless. And let us know if you need help